no ɛho anamontuo no ɛsɛ ɔne nananom a ɔmo antemu no ɛto kɛsɛ na ɔkyerɛkyerɛ mu ɔkyerɛkyerɛ baabi a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔde Ghana kɔbiem impo mfie miɛnsa ɛne bosome nkunu ni nea wayɛ no ɔgyidie wɔne daasoɔ ɛsɛ obetumi ayɛ amana yɛ mɔho ɛno nti na ɔgye akwansrɛ efi nananom akyeame hɔ sɛ ɛma president of the house asonte na nto nananom nyinaa sɛ nnɛ onyankropɔn ma de pa kyeɛn ya yɛ nyinaa yɛ mehyia ha na yɛnwendwe nneɛma bi ho nanom de kan no ni sɛ obi sɛ osi mu akyɛ no nu ya na fi amane ya konkro no bebree so afei ne yɛduru ha Nana Akufo-Addo Ghana mampani ɔba no ɔde ne mpanimfoɔ bae na mbɔ me kwan kakra bi ne mayi mpani ne bi de akyerɛ mo yɛ me bɔ ne din nyɛ sɛ bia sabe ɔno na ɔkron kyɛn obi a ɛyɛ yɛwura senior minister Nana ya ɔsafo maafo ɔha bi mahu yɛwura honorable Kenoforiata ɔno so no ɔha aha mahu miwura Minister for Food and Agriculture yewura Owusu Afiri Akoto ono so ha mahu mia me wofa Hakman Owusu Ajiman ono so ha yehu yewura Oyi Akwan ono abo amakwata ono so ha nana no makwan bia ayi mu nkyewon kan mo na mane mahu yewura Minister for Works and Housing Osi-Adan Atachia honorable mahu yewura Minister for Regional Redevelopment and Organization yewura Damboche ono so ha mahu akokwa netewa Minister for Information Kojo Opon Kroma ono so ha mahu Gifty Chumampofo Deputy Minister for Education ono so ha mia mabadi achire Deputy Minister for Eastern Region yewura Samuel Nwete Ayete awuche ono so ha afei party nankasa so etitire ni a wapue mantemu yewura honorable Akome Kisi ono so ha nananom yen MPs a omoboa yewura omampani Nana Akufo-Addo wapue mantemu nkonya ne ye adiasa miensa na mom osono kokoro kwa manyukuo no ye mu adienu nson ye mpensempense mu no the friends say primaries no ebi besan agina ebi so ensan nyina na sa MPs stroke parliamentary candidates no omu nyina so bo ye wura chidom nti mom pagya mo ho ene ehwem emene ne nti mom pagya mo ho aha ebi ye ministers ebi ye deputy ministers of state ewom yewura Bra Champon ono deputy minister of state in charge of interior omo ha omu nyina so ha de den say ya ne ye kase ye mamma no enkobi na ema no ye omiensa wom miensa maame abra osesare o ha me hwewe ahima afọ nti na America no Nana doku ya so ha owe eno pa ho a ye kwaya nim no ye wo Council of State mpani a sabe omne omampani trapato so na omdwe Ghana ho no mienu firi abue mantemu ye odi kan Nana Mreku Nyampon ko wasakraka hene ena yewura pa Kofi Anson ono nso ewo ha bi eno pa ho a nananom Ghana ye wo Ministry for chieftaincy and religious affairs. Nanano Muamudi mu, Emerson Monen the Co, Monen the Ba, Yura Honorable Kofi Jamasi or Habi. Mr. Mora, Obi wa Hanama Modi Dia, Nen yes, Boapaye. Aha, Afei, Uraba Kon ha, Nana de Dankwa, Onusu, Nyanko Brabo Pano no, Honorable Boachi Ajakon, Onusu Mahuse or Habi. Papa, aha. Ena enopa ho a amanyokuo no national officers almost so ewo ha mehu treasurer ewo ha ena omaka no meda wase nananom ansa ne se omampani na adedan Akufo-Addo bekasa no ose sebe eha empanimfie nananom fie ni ha mu secretariat into aba edomo aya na ewo mu ahoho aya na besra mo no ne mu ho omani nyina no nananom ensi akrachifo no so na nka achiamensa na nananom emfanto office na obi besra mo a monya bi de asom no ehoho nananom on se head up brand ensane bi yenya ye factory na friends Gihok omo ye nsa hodo Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ba na gu enne ya pagam Gihok omo de omo niam no kra kwa burochire enti nsa no omo ye niam omo ye no ya brand bi brand wom sabe ensa pa mo de konkonya fie eye hyenafo eno so wom pantu ensia wesusu pantu ensia ansa ne whisky eno so pantu ensia eno ka ho a doko ani beer ani nsu enyina ese ensia chia me so nenka na nanom so ede bo awato so sabe won wa besesa nsa no so ede beko ama ayefefefe enopa ho a onipa nne ninti ene yahia na mo so ne ho do ne pa mo pa na semunti mo atwen no abesi sabri enye obi foforo ese Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Ghana mampani ono ana oni enyina eba bekasa yesani
Clergy, Eastern Regional Minister and his deputy, members of the Council of State, Senior Minister, Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Minister for Regional Reorganization and Development, Minister for Finance, Minister for Roads and Highways, Minister for Works and Housing, Minister for Information, Minister for Food and Agriculture, Deputy Ministers of State, Municipal Chief Executive for New Jabin South Municipal Assembly, the President, members and Nananom of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, residents of Akufo-Addo, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. Very happy to be in your midst again this afternoon. I thank the President of the House, Osajifo Amwetia Ofori-Penyin Ochenhene, my younger brother, who's now my traditional overlord, for the invitation to address you. And I'm most grateful that so many of you are present here to listen to me at this sitting. And I thank Akufo-Addo for his warm words of welcome. In 2019, government, backed by strong popular support, superintended over the successful reorganization of our regional governance structure, resulting in the creation of 6 new regions, namely Oti, Bono East, Ahafo, Savannah, Northeast, and Western North regions. To accelerate development in these areas, in fulfillment of a 2016 manifesto pledge of my party, the ruling New Patriotic Party. Inasmuch as the creation of these new regions have changed the administrative boundaries of our country, with the paramount objective being to quicken the process of developing every part of the country, it has also affected the structure and management of chieftaincy institutions, necessitating the formation of new regional houses of chiefs, particularly in our new regions. To aid in the smooth composition of the membership of the new houses, government in July 2020, together with the National House of Chiefs, brought the membership of Regional Houses of Chiefs Regulations 2020, LI 2409, into being. Accordingly, I have thus far inaugurated the Bono East, Ahafo, and Western North Regional Houses of Chiefs, with the Vice President also inaugurating the Oti, Northeast, and Savannah Houses of Chiefs. Nananom, the chieftaincy institution, like virtually all other institutions of state, has lived through controversial periods of our history, playing different roles at different times. Indeed, at certain times in that history, some have wondered whether chieftaincy is still relevant to our development. I do not hesitate to state that chieftaincy has been, is, and will be an indispensable part of our history and development. It is so widely respected that even when our fellow Ghanaians leave our shores and can be free of the influence of chieftaincy, they create chiefs wherever they find themselves. With the advent of the Constitution of the Fourth Republic and the guarantees enshrined for chieftaincy, we have made significant progress. Ever since my government assumed office in January 2017, we've taken a lot of steps to strengthen the institution of chieftaincy. Government recognizes that in order to ensure the success of the ambitious program of social and economic transformation we put before the Ghanaian people, we have a lot to do in terms of incorporating the traditional role of our chiefs into the modern constitutional setup under which our country is governed. As a start, we made a pledge in the MPP's 2016 manifesto to increase the monthly allowances paid to chiefs and the quarterly budgetary support to the traditional councils and houses of chiefs, and this we have done by 100%. Government has assisted the National House of Chiefs with 3,500,000 cedis for the completion of its new headquarters office complex in Kumasi. Government is also committed to assisting the National House of Chiefs to moving speedily on finishing work on the codification of the traditional norms and rules that have guided our communities throughout the ages. The ministry, in collaboration with the National House of Chiefs, has also begun the process of digitizing records of the National House of Chiefs, particularly records in the National Register of Chiefs. Again, a major bane of our nation's socio-economic development has unfortunately been chieftaincy disputes. They have resulted sometimes in full-blown conflicts, threats to our nation's peace and stability, destruction of properties, loss of lives, closure of educational and health facilities, and separation of families. In helping to stem the effects of this, government through the Ministry of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs has arranged to provide the funds that will increase the number of sittings of judicial committees of regional houses to hasten the adjudication of pending issues in order to bring closure to many outstanding disputes that continue to generate tension. Again, the National House of Chiefs, together with the Chieftaincy Ministry, in order to reduce conflicts and establish areas of customary jurisdiction and allegiance, has delineated traditional areas of paramountcies. In so saying, issues of land administration continue to be major problems bedeviling the development of the economy, mainly as a result of dishonesty in land dealings. As trustees of lands on behalf of your peoples, I entreat you to help government streamline the administration of lands in the country, leading to an efficient and well-functioning regime of titling, fixing of boundaries, and ownership tracing. The Chieftaincy Ministry has also instituted a program to have courses in chieftaincy development comprising lectures, seminars, and other activities aimed at building the capacity of chiefs and all persons with interest in the chieftaincy institution. And I applaud this very progressive initiative. Eminent traditional rulers, if we have ever doubted the ties that bind the various peoples that inhabit our lands, one need only take a look at our traditional rules and practices, many of which transcend regions and traditional areas. There might be different reasons assigned in different parts of the country for why you cannot farm near the river, or go to the farm on a Wednesday or Thursday, or fish on a Tuesday or Saturday. But there are rational and scientific reasons behind these traditional rules. By the same token, we should not be afraid of discarding those rules and practices that do not fit in with modern current realities and norms. I refer especially to the practices that seek to discriminate against women and children. It is difficult, again, to find a justification for some of the widowhood rights that persist today amongst many of our peoples. I ask you to be in the forefront of fighting to discard these outmoded practices, which should have no place in the Ghana. It is thus my hope that members of this august House will help set the tone in their areas of influence to help realize our vision for a prosperous and progressive Ghana. Government is determined to bring governance closer to the people and expand the boundaries of democracy in our country. We are counting on you to help shape and integrate yourselves into these developments so that the peculiarly Ghanaian contribution to the concept of governance, which emanates from the integration of royal aristocratic institutions into the fabric of a republican democratic framework, will be enhanced and strengthened to the benefit of the Ghanaian people. I urge you to speak out and join government's fight against the ills of our society: corruption, social and economic injustice, crime, and the illegal mining menace, popularly referred to as galamsey. As chiefs, you have a responsibility, as was done in the days of our forefathers, to help preserve the sanctity of our lands, the purity of our water bodies, and the health of our environment. I must, in this regard, express the appreciation of the nation for the responsible advocacy role you have played in educating and raising the awareness of your subjects on the need for compliance with the COVID-19 safety protocols. Your efforts have been a welcome complement to those of government and demonstrate, if demonstration were needed, your relevance in the socio-political development of our country. Nananom, medawase pa, medamu nyinaa ase papaapa. I am happy to inform Nananom that as part of government's Agenda 111, which seeks to build district hospitals in districts without hospitals in the course of the next 12 months, government will construct district hospitals in the following districts without them in the eastern region. They are Etiwa, Achimmansa, Esiojamai, Ayensuano, Brim South, Kwaua Front Plain South, Upper West Achim, and Asane Manso Akroso districts. I've just been told by the person from Begro that there's Fanti Akwa South as well. Ms. Oforiata. The hospitals will have a 100-bed capacity, fully equipped with appropriate accommodation for medical personnel, i.e. doctors and staff. Further, I take the opportunity of this platform to give you a brief account of some of the principal activities undertaken by my government in your region in these last 3.5 years. There are 1,481 projects being executed in the region, with 768 completed and the remaining 713 ongoing. Out of the 768 completed projects, 402 are in the educational sector, 48 in the health sector, 40 in the road sector, and 201 in the water and sanitation sector. The 713 ongoing projects comprise, amongst others, 215 in the educational sector, 54 in the health sector, 30 in the road sector, and 296 in the water and sanitation sector. Government is also committed to the phased construction of the Eastern Railway line, which will commence this year. I've been assured by the Minister for Railways Development that this line will run through Akufo-Addo, as will the Kutukutu-Huni Valley line, which will pass through Achimota. The exploitation of the bauxite deposits at Etiwa as part of the nascent bauxite and aluminum industry will also benefit from the construction of a new railway line. With 4 more for Nana and the MPP, we will do so even more for you. The Nanam government will continue to support the chieftaincy institution so it can be strong and resilient. 6 new office complexes and bungalows will be provided, the 6 new regional houses of chiefs. Additionally, as I have said, we will strive to give the institution the requisite support to resolve chieftaincy matters and carry out research in the many areas of relevance to curb chieftaincy-related conflicts. In conclusion, Nananum, let me assure you of the wholehearted efforts that are going to be made by my government and I to ensure the peace and stability of the nation as we enter the last 2 months of the electioneering campaign. Ghana has rightly earned a reputation as the pace setter in democratic governance on the African continent, a reputation I am determined to uphold and indeed enhance prior to, during, and after the 7th December elections. I would need, of course, your full collaboration and cooperation to help attain this end. We have all to work together to create the environment that will allow the Ghanaian people to make their decision on 7th December in freedom, peace, and security. It is their right. I thank Nanano for this opportunity to bring you abreast of some of the issues affecting the chieftaincy institution and the nation that are preoccupying me. I'm hopeful that that we'll have another such occasion soon. Sajifo nananum maka bayasam na se me come so media kakra. (2016) and I'm me ba mu nyina mo bro no so ebesre mo moane mo pae se abato a ye beto no 2016 7 December no Yakupon ma mindi nkonim na me shemobo se me ba nyema horo na me pese me beye bo me shem no enam se na Ghana ye fa o man shem nsada ma ye adwuma wa bam me di Attorney General the Minister for Foreign Affairs ewo yewura Akufo-Addo mu na nyame na me kuta ban no yewura Akufo na ban no hye ne nsa iti boshe ititu na me de betu manim na am say no ene amamuo na enko papa o yewura Bahama afa no sa nyama mienu na kabo mu ma Ghana fo enya gidie wo me mu eto aba no ema me na say ente sa bio your man ashemisa akakra na bi mfie enai nti mesa anu ho adwuma ene na me gina so a me ka se me sre si ento abo na ema me bio bosha me share mo no dodo na mediso Baumianum year count is over 80% of our manifesto promises. Yediso. Jibami ba na ma beda da obi a me no credit me catch Ghana for say dey metumi aye no ntina me ka say e beye say ni say. Jideme say adwuma ma ba beye bo sha mediso no. Nananum say eye mo fa Mesremo form for nanano enye adwuma minim me kan poto mo me kasa no say minim so my emra ye de atechire o man e mam kwan enhye party t-shirt any jersey nanso nanano sebi manimu abalo musu mutubi enti ekwan eto aba me no Some mo hwe manim na mo mo fe mo ano na Constituency 33 award Pre-Mantem Hano 27 and the war MPP afa the mesre and it's a feed there and na majuma a MPP aban ababe no we stress yan hwe na Eastern region you know bia betra oson no so Yenya there Grace for can clean sweep in the region of the president. Now I say so. Me kwame tumi kwa ba no menye yie. Me hia won e be come ra she bedwam ho. Now when aboa me ni acheche emra e be boa oman no koso. It's me afwa isi pa the person me yama me yi one year age na with 33 constituencies of what Eastern region na were the ache nananom na ne bia no bia ni bia oba ono a ne bro no so enti no mpanyifo a eba begina ama MPP ɛwɔ constituencies no ɛninie Ekuapem South Ewura Osaiboso Amoa na don't think wa onipa no yo Etiwa East Abna Osai Asare Ekuapem North Nana Madoku Esiama Ajay Etiwa West Akwesi Amwakwata Okre Daniel Boche New Drabing North Kwesi Boating Ajay Ebuakwa North Gifty Truman Pofo Fantiakwa North Kwabna Amankwa Esiama Fantiakwa South Kofi Otri Ajekum Ebuakwa South Samuel Ata Atia Abetifi Brian Achampo Ebrim John Osei Frimpong Asene Manso Akroso George Kwame Abuaje Achim Swedru Kennedy Osei Nyako Ofuasi Ayerbi Kojo Opon Nkrumah Ayensuano Samuel Aipai in Sowam Frank Anodompre Suhum Kwajo Asante New Drabing South, Michael Oxley. In Praeso, Davis and Sir Opoku. In Koko, Joseph Frimpong. Atimodan Alexander Akwesi Akwa. Lower West Achim Charles Achampong. Kade Alexander Kwejo Ajare. Akwatia Ernest Kumi. Afram Plains North, Nana Ofori Korea. Afram Plains South, William Hall. Yilo Krobo, Francis Apete. Lower Manya Krobo, Samuel Nwete Ayite. And 9 anyhow, a year Upper Manya, Joseph Tete, Achema Chiase, Kufia Henkra Mafu, and Upper West Achim Frederick, Adum Obe.